Just a quick one before we dive in. I've just opened up 2 brand new ways to work with me. If you're an established beauty professional who's ready to increase your revenue, either in your clinic or by moving into the online mentoring and educational space, you can join me for a 2-month container where we build and validate your first online offer or your next big move. Or if you're ready to go all in, there is a 7-month private mentorship where we build, launch and scale your new revenue stream together. If you're not sure which one's right for you, I'm offering a handful of free business clarity calls, quick and powerful to map out your fastest path and to see which container fits best. Just DM me the word revenue on Instagram or check the link in the show notes and email me. Let's get into the episode. Welcome to the Beauty Build podcast with me, Zara King. As a coach for beauty pros, it is my mission to help you earn more, work less, and create an unstoppable mindset. This is the show where we explore all of that. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting your beauty business, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and join us on the journey. And for more, get yourself inside my private community, The Beauty Build on Facebook. Hello, you gorgeous human you, and welcome back to another episode. Today, I had the pleasure of speaking to the gorgeous Zoya Mac. If you don't follow her on Instagram, what have you been doing? She is an amazing content creator for nail brands, and I know you're going to love this episode. So let's just get straight into it. So, Zoya, can you please start by telling us who you are, where you're from, and how you got started in the beauty industry?
Yes, I'm Zoya. I'm content creator for nail industry. I work with brands, but I used to be a nail technician for about 6-7 years. I was the full-time nail technician, and then I live in West Sussex. But yeah, so I work directly with brands because I really wanted to stay in the nail industry after I finished my career as a nail technician. But I did train in hair and beauty when I was 18. So I was qualified in hair and beauty. And my 2 favorite things from that was makeup and nails. So I kind of chose nails 15 years later. Yeah. So went to work in the pubs and then came back to it.
Amazing. So were you home-based? Where were you based?
I was working originally from the spare room. For a couple of years in the evenings. I went back to the office work in between, and then evenings you do what you love, you work with clients, you have the fun stuff. And then my second child was born, and I say she stole my spare room. She took away my nail room. So I had to, while I was on maternity, I had to make a decision either to give up nails because I no longer had a room, or take a loan out and build a studio in the garden and give up the office work, because if you take a loan out, you have to just fully go into it. So I decided to take bank loan out, and then, Bank of Mum. It was nice. And then repay her back. But yeah, and then fully go into it after my second child was born.
So now you have a home-based studio. Was that always for content then? I want to get into all of this, of course.
So the studio was originally built to be a nail. So I was still doing nails. So it was 2019. Yes, 2019. It was finished. The build was finished, and flooring was meant to go in a week before COVID hit, before we got locked down. So a week before we got closed up, the flooring was meant to go down. The repayment started, and I could just look out my wonderful window to my unfinished studio that I can't work in. That was good fun. Yeah, so it was built for nails. It was built to have clients. And when I was building it, I had to do planning, permission, because I live in a quite quiet area with like a little close, and I needed to do everything by the book, just in case, I don't know, neighbors say, and then they say you can't work from it because it's not structurally sound for clients. So I had to do everything by the book. That was, and it's very funny, it has its own address. It's a meter away from my house. But because it's a business, it has to have its own address. It costed me extra money because it had to be by the book. Never used, but it has its own address. So yeah, but it was built for nails originally.
And did it ever see any clients?
Yeah. It saw clients for about 2 years. So it saw clients once we came out of COVID for about probably 1.5 years, 2 years. Got great, was booked, it was fully. But I think as most everyone kind of went after COVID, we went full 12-hour shifts, full whack, like really going for it. And I think that's where I got my problem with my arm, my working arm, start to get tennis elbow. I'm not sure what it's called, but any kind of beauty person, hairdresser will get that feeling of aching, numbing arm while you're working. And that's what made me stop doing nails. So it was down to the arm. It was not because I stopped loving it. I still love it. But it was purely because I did too much and too quickly.
And too good. What you were doing?
No, it was the great thing of having it down literally from the house. I could do it when I didn't have clients in the evening. I could go and practice. I could do this, could do that. So when husband comes home from work, I can just be like, I need my time, and I'll go and practice nail art. I'll, disappear for a bit because you need a bit of space for creativity, and that was fun time as well.
I'm learning this because I didn't know that about your story at all. So this is great.
Oh, thanks.
Now you're a content queen, absolute queen for nail brands. I want to know, I've got a couple of questions. So first of all, what made you decide that was the route you were going to take once you had this injury type, shall we say?
Yeah, so the content sort of when I took the jump and be more full-time nail tech, back then I only had Facebook. I didn't have Instagram. I'm not, my personal account that literally has one picture. I don't ever post. I just follow my friends. That's it. But as a nail tech, I realized that I needed to attract clients and attract paying clients. So I knew that I need to start showing them what they want to see. And if I want to attract, I always loved nail art. If I want to attract nail art clients, I need to show them that. So I started looking into content when I was still doing nails, but that was more to grow my database. And I started to get interested. Back then, it was mainly pictures. So that was more of a posing of the hands. That's when I started to get involved in trying different sleeves, trying different positions, different editing, just to attract paying nail clients for myself. And then once I started to notice that I started to get hand ache and was fully booked, which was great, I then realized that probably about 2 years left of me working because that's going to give in. And some people were saying, oh, you can do steroid shots into your... And I thought, no. I'm too... We don't earn enough for steroid shots into the arms from nails. I love it, but,
Yeah.
So that's when I then decided to take training in marketing, social media management. And I thought, okay, well, I can go down the content route, but I need to train and qualify in social media marketing to understand the behind the scene of what to do. Because the plan was to go and social media manage nail brand accounts to kind of, the thought was, well, as a nail tech, I know what helps to set, like what I want to see as a nail tech to buy, I don't know, glittery gel polish or red nail polish. So I'd want to be on the other side to help to showcase those products the best way. So that's where the content, the social media management came from. So I restarted, requalified in that while working with nails. And then just sort of one December, decided to tell my clients that from January onwards, well, I gave them 3 months notice, that I'll do December nails and that will be it. In January, they can come for removal, but they can't, because I know that other salons won't take you with removal. So I said, I can remove you. I even reached out to loads of really good local nail techs and said, please take my clients. They're lovely. There's my database. I just, you care for your friend, your nail friends. And it was really nice to find quite a lot to go to. And then I kind of took another leap of faith and thought, okay, well, for 2-3 months, my husband will have to cover all the bills while I'm building the new income stream. Yeah. And then, I started to work with a brand, and I was their social media manager for 2 years. So I was their content creator and social media manager. So for the first year, I didn't actually show any of my work. I was purely on their account, My voice was there, my work was there and everything. And then I started to slowly venture out to work with other brands, which was great. It's something I enjoy doing. So I was like, oh, okay, let's train in that and then continue in that.
So many people will be listening thinking, wow, it just worked. It was, straight transition from nail tech to learning social media management, creating a business and working with a brand. So it couldn't have been that easy, could it?
No, it didn't just work. It cost me a few £1,000s to retrain.
Right.
It cost me at least a good nearly a year working midnight, 1 o'clock, because you work your shift, then at 10 o'clock you go back in, you study for 3 hours, you do your homework, you submit your classwork. So no, it was the husband. I was like, literally, I used to tell my husband, going, give me for a couple of months, it will get better. You will see me again. He would just bring me dinners into the studio, be like, there's another coffee. So no, it was very late nights, weekends. Did cost quite a bit of money because you have to qualify. Equipment costs money. It did cost quite a few £1,000s, and you have to take a hit of not being paid. And then also you have to kind of reach out, take loads of no's, do some work for free. Definitely that as well, because I have nothing to show myself first. If I approach a brand, they're like, show us your work. And I was like, yeah. So I'd buy products, I'll work with the products and only then potentially get noticed. Because I think even working as a social media manager was nothing worse than people coming saying, give me your products. You're like, why? So it was the same thing other way around, going, I looked at it as dating. You know what I mean? When you go dating, you dress up, you look pretty, and all that stuff. And then you start talking. And otherwise, if you just come and go, come on, you'd be like, no. So I looked at it as professional dating for business. That sounds wrong. That's not that kind of business.
That sounds good. It sounds good. I completely get it. I think it's great. You're not going to go straight in and be like, can I have some product, please? And
so many people do. Oh my God.
I can imagine they do.
It literally, and it's not about followers, but when you have, even obviously from inside of a brand kind of talking, you have people come and say, I'm just starting up, so can I have your PR package? And you look at them, they have 10 followers, the work is beginning, which is fine, we all start somewhere, and you're like, but why? so it's and it's not even, and it's crazy when they would say, can I have your products as a brand? And you go, but you don't even use our products. You never, because it takes seconds to check if you ever bought from us, from the brand.
Of course.
It's almost offensive, because it's the same. I always thought the same way. If a nail client came to me going, so do my nails for free and I might come back to you if you do a great job, and you're like, no. So it's the same thing. Yeah.
I imagine as well that the brands are really looking for somebody that's going to sell their product well. And if there's not enough evidence of that just yet, you've got to create a relationship. And I suppose you've got to it's really what's in it for them, isn't it? Not what's in it for you.
Well, it's kind of like, there's a lot of brands that kind of say, okay, it has to be a mutual relationship. So it's not even about followers, but if you say, I'll promote you, okay, well, it takes seconds for me to look into your followers. And if your followers are all your friends, not the nail technicians, and the brand sells professional nail products, you can have 200 followers, it doesn't matter. Well, I can't sell to any of so you might show to your followers, oh, I've got this beautiful red. None of them can buy it. So none of them can do nothing with it. So it's not about the volume of followers, it's about more of is your work clean, your pictures clean, and also how you approached. Have you ever bought from us? Do you just chance it? Just buy a couple of products first, show them first, and then go saying, loved your striper brush and your paints. This is the work I did. Maybe we can talk about collaboration if you'd like me to do something else. That probably gets you somewhere, rather than go, oi, give me stuff. So,
yeah. I know about your business and I'm selling myself to you because I know about your business and we align.
100%. And I just I always thought, I think sometimes people think to ask, going, do I actually need them? Okay, so they're going to send me a base coat and top coat, 30 quid worth. Great. It will take me about 2-3 hours to do this work, but you could have taken 2 clients for that. So actually, you would probably earn more money and you could buy those products and you don't have to owe anyone anything. So, and why do you need those products? Like, do you actually need it? Do you? Like, so sometimes you just think about going, do I need it? Or will I earn more money with my actual physical clients who will come back and bring me more money? So
I'm so glad that you've said that. That's my language. It's, your hourly rate, what is it worth, and what we do with our time. Because so many people, that what you've touched on there is great, because a lot of people listen in and think, I want to be a brand ambassador, or I want to just work with brands alongside still being a nail tech. The difference with you is you are now a full-time content creator. And so I think, what is going on with my voice today? I think
husky.
I know, trying to be sexy.
Phoebe from Friends, when she was like smelly cat, she had the husky voice from Friends. But I think people sometimes forget that actually, is it going to be financially beneficial to me?
And I think they don't realize that actually brand ambassadors, they have different things that go on with different brands, don't get me wrong. But if you're a full-time working nail tech, actually it's very time consuming to help a brand with their content.
If you're planning to grow and planning to be, like, for example, you want to be an educator later on, or you're planning to be more of something, great, so you get your name out. But if you just love working with your clients and you just love seeing that and that's what you want to do, maybe it's not worth it. You can still show beautiful work. It's still important to know content, pictures, because then they will, once you put your price up, you can attract better clients, blah, blah, blah. That's better. And then the brands will notice you anyway. They're going to want to be like, please, there we go.
Very good advice. Thank you.
Off topic, but sorry.
I wanted to ask you, on the topic of being a full-time content creator, what does your day-to-day actually look like now?
So day-to-day, I currently work with, so for example, I try to split month by month, but it's hard because they're rolling projects. But so, for example, I know that my shooting time or recording time is around 9:30 till about 2:30 when the kids are in school. That's when I can be undistracted. No one distracts me. And then one in the evening, so pick up kids, feed, bath, the beautiful stuff. And then from about 7 o'clock till about 10, I can go in editing mode. So I have to split my time to that way. So I do work I'm a late night person. I work till midnight. I love it. My husband just leaves me to it, bless him. But so when kids go to bed, I get my iPad out and I start editing and things, because I thought I put something in the background to drown out and I just edit away. So my day-to-day looks, most of the time I will record, and every Monday the nails get done fresh. Of course, that's a thing to go with. And then usually on Mondays I do try to prep anything I need for content, like, paint the tips out, and you have to try to structure it. What does that particular piece of content needs? Does it need to have props bought in? Does it need tips painted out? Do my nails need to have specific? So I kind of I work on one reel at a time, because otherwise it's too much. And I try to work on one brand at a time. So for example, I have 2-3 videos in that brief for the same brand. So I will then put a week away for that brand. So that'd be all theirs kind of thing. But so daytime is mainly recording, and then evening is editing and planning. That's kind of what I try to do. And then voiceover is usually nighttime because it's the quietest. So I try to do, because where I work in the garden, someone will be building something, the birds, I've got a flat roof, seagulls love getting their business on my roof when I'm recording. It's great fun. They're going out.
I feel like you put that on your story once.
I did. They keep doing it. It's literally like their Love Island pad up there. I was like, come on, guys, get off it.
That's so funny.
So that's my flat roof. And then so evenings, a voiceover where again I have to hide because any noise makes it doesn't sound. But yeah, so I try to split it into pieces and then in between slot in the mum family life.
Yeah. And it's amazing because you do have two kids. You do a lot, it seems. Personally, I just follow your stories and I always see you out and about, and I think you look like you're really enjoying life and business.
I try to, the drop-off pickups, it's on me. But I do, like, if I need to go to events, which are great, husband will cover, but I do have to pre-plan them. And then once a year is girls' holiday, weekend away, it's a must. He gets his boys' holiday, I get my girls' holiday.
Nice.
And then twice a year, I try to go back home for the long weekend as well. But I justified, I can actually work on my holiday, so it's bad. But even in the evenings, I'll be editing in an airport. I'll be editing films, like, because I'm a night person. I've like see my friends come home, like, oh, let's edit, let's work. So I would say, going, as long as I video enough, I can actually work in any part of the world, which is great. Which is great, but also bad. Yeah, it's great but bad.
That's it.
Yeah, but it's one of those you kind of have to. Yeah, it's one of those self-employed. We know how to feel self-employed is great fun, but at the same time, you might want to shop and day trip out, but you work in nighttime.
You get to choose that, and I think that's something that's good about it, but it can be a double-edged sword. I totally agree.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask you next, based on that, and the fact that I know our listeners are going to be like, how does she actually create this amazing content? I know you show us so much behind the scenes. If anyone's listening and wondering what I'm talking about, where have you been living? Probably under a rock, because Zoya's content is insane and you show us all of the behind the scenes. So I really love that. But what I wanted to ask you is, if someone was ready, like, to take their content seriously from today, what would you say? And this could be taking their content seriously just to stand out, for example, and create what you would call a good piece of content. I need this advice from you, by the way. I'm asking for me. What's the first thing we need to be thinking about, please? And what do we do?
Yeah, unfortunately, thank you, firstly. Well, firstly, like, think, who's it for? Who is that piece of content for? So are you filming to attract more clients? Are you filming to attract brands? Are you filming to grow yourself? Or you just filming because you think something needs to be posted, which is the worst kind. So firstly, who's it for? So what you're trying to achieve out of this particular result. Is it just going to be because you want to giggle, so you want funny? That's great, but you wasted your time on that. Will it get you anywhere? So, for example, if you want to attract clients, think like a client. So I always say, if you want to attract more clients for yourself, you need to think like one. So they don't want to maybe see really close up perfect this. They might want to see what your studio looks like, what you look like, just simple things. Like if you put yourself in the shoes of when you go for a new hairdresser, or if you go for a new person who you can do your massage, let's say, what would you want to see on their page? Potentially how they look like, potentially where you're going to lay naked at. But like, it's scary to go to someone's house. So that kind of content, it doesn't have to be kind of nothing. And also, what a lot of people kind of not think, you can recapture your content. So if you posted your studio 2-3 months ago, no one's going to scroll that far. Recap it, redo it. Just put new caption on, don't copy and paste. New caption, maybe the same picture, but you can do in the carousel, add a bit more of a zoom in of your tools, yourself, and just remind, so just think what you want to see. And if you're doing for attract more clients, every 2-3 months, you just need to almost repeat to the same, but in slightly different way. But because new people follow you, the ones already coming to you, they're probably blind to your content. They just like it. They come to you, they pay you money, they like it. And just engage with that. For example, when I was a nail tech, I was fully booked. I worked really hard to be fully booked. And I only had 700 followers, and I was fine. I didn't bother me that I only had 700. And when I first started working with the brand, I only had 700 followers. It wasn't about that. It was more about posting of what they want to see. There's some, for example, you just bought a new collection of colors. Take a picture of them in the thing. Tell your clients, going, wow, imagine this new spring colors, or this is the color of the month. They want to see ideas. Or even if you just last year's season, you didn't buy any colors, you're trying to use up, they go off the date, repaint them, put some little design and take a picture of them and give an inspiration to your clients, to your people, to actually, because there's so many times, even when I was working, you repaint the same colors, but you just take them out of your book, you paint them separately, you put them in a color coordinated, 5, 6, because they don't get overwhelmed. Couple with glitters, couple with crimes, put them on a clear little board from Hobbycraft. 80% of the time they're like, oh, can I have this? And I was like, it hasn't been selling this color. It's been sitting on the shelf for a year. No one wanted it. But now it's away from others with a bit of something. They go, oh, can I have this? I was like, yeah. And that's when you then, if it's the same brand, tag a brand. Say, by the way, because they will love the idea of helping them sell out the old content stuff as well. And that's potentially, they will actually retag you then, because you're helping them to, and then that's when you start noticing you. So that's for clients.
Yeah.
If you want to attract brands, do things like that. But for brands, one brand, one post. Don't multi-tag. It's one of the pet hates from brands when you multi-tag. A base from this, color from this, top coat from this, cuticle from this, and it's all that I can't even see from this. You're like, none of them going to repost you. None. It's and you're going to think you did bad work, but they're not. Well, they are competitors. They're all trying to sell similar stuff, so they don't want, especially. No one can see the top coat in physically. No one can see the tools. Why would those brands retag you? Like, if anything, they might even remove a tag, from the post. So one brand, it can be different posts, different brands, as long as it's true, but just one brand, one post. That's for the brands if you want to attract. And yes, think it doesn't have to be long. If you post in a picture, I think. There's a few amazing accounts. They do literally just really zoom in of application once swiped, you swipe application to nail. That's short, that's simple. And also try to look at algorithms, what works for you, and repeat it. Not every time, but repeat every 3-4 posts, because clearly that's what works. People that like it in different colors, obviously, in slightly different positions, in slightly different colors. But just don't make it harder for yourself. Short, simple, start easy. If you overthink it, you will give up within a month. If you overthink it, you will get burnout. You'll think, this is not bringing me any money yet. And you're going to hate it. And you're going to, I don't like it. So just think simple. Like, for example, at the moment, when you post a picture, post a carousel. That gives better statistics. So even if it's the same hand like this, the same hand, not like this, not the claw.
Just for the listeners, she's making a claw.
Not the claw. But zoom in of that design. You did beautiful design, but no one can see it. But all nails look nice. So do a couple of pictures, and that carousel will get better views than just simple picture, because people spend more time doing it, and the brand also. And if you want to go into content creation, I'd say start with smaller shots first. Start with designs first, slowly, see how you are, and then start following accounts that inspire you, because you'll get ideas, you'll get and try. You will get your rhythms, you will get your ideas, and what kind of sort of style do you like? So when I first started, I was mainly doing nail designs and nail tutorials, and then slowly, when I became then content creator and social media for brands, it was then I had to show the products, and that's when I slowly started to get into more of a product shooting, and it's great fun. So that's as well. But it not to be fooled, the 30-second video from planning to completing will take me 5-6 hours. So it's not that quick, that's simple. It takes time. But you can do definitely like a short video, just to paint out, show the color, tag a brand. They're most likely to repost you if you say the name thing, and then you slowly build up on that. So think for who it's for before you start creating.
Yeah, that's such good advice, because I think people get so bamboozled. And what you've said is so good. It's get into your own rhythm, find what's actually working for you, and think simple. I like that. Think simple, because they can really overcomplicate things and get really overwhelmed.
So on your professional account, you should be following your clients if you're trying to attract clients, and the brands, couple of brands that you generally like, and then create a separate account that you, for your inspirations, for your ideas that you'll save. Because if you start following all the people you like on your professional account, you'll stop seeing your clients who potentially they follow you. It's nice you follow them back. It's nice you're interested in their life. But if you stop liking them, it's again going back to giving back to your clients. And it's nice to, they follow you. You can follow them if you're in a good relationship. It's, everyone likes a like on their, this is my martini weekend. It's nice that their nail tag gets just likes, or hope you have a great time. And it helps when they come back to you going, oh, how was your holiday? Oh, the pictures look great. You actually show kind of care, because maximum you can have 80, 100 clients. That's, but if you start following 500 not 500, don't do that. But let's say you start following 300-400 inspirational accounts or whatever, those clients, because they don't post that much, you'll stop seeing them. So do that separately. Your work account's your work account. That's your work. And then inspirational, your ideas, separate account. But also the benefit of that is when you're feeling low and you're feeling like, we all get that, we're feeling low, we're feeling everyone's amazing, I'm having a bad day, don't go into the inspiration account, because everyone there will do something, but we don't know if they're having a bad day as well. We don't know that. But at least you can step away from that. If you're not feeling it, don't go there. You can separate yourself. So separate accounts. Don't mix anyone.
Yeah. That's a gem. Thank you so much. I've written it down. I think you've touched on there a lot of things that people should be doing. Is there anything that you think you see all the time that people are unfortunately just getting a little bit wrong with their content?
The thing is not wiping the lens. That's I was like, just wipe it, it'll be amazing. Just wipe the lens. If it doesn't look right, it will look bad. Just before you record anything, and like, wipe your lens, look at it. If it looks like it's smeared rewipe it. It's gonna ruin. It's literally ruins 50% of your picture, image, video. It makes it blurry, and then you won't be happy, and you will be annoyed. And that content, it might do well, but you personally inside be like, oh. And it could have been the best design you've done. So before anything, wipe your lens. And if it looks blurry, rewipe it. I've got lens wiping. They're like £1 from AliExpress. I've got loads of them everywhere in my bags. Sometimes, obviously, nothing happens and it has to be a tissue paper. But yeah, so that that's a bugbear, because I'm like, oh, it's so nice, but I can see it's blurry. If it looks misty, the lens wasn't wiped and just ruins it. So yeah, that's my bugbear too.
I always wipe my lens on my clothes. That's not good enough, is it, Zoya?
You're hurting me. No, it's the thing is, problem with the clothes, outside of our clothes it's the oils. So inside of our clothes, we think, oh, we tend, we dress inside out, but then it has oils from our body, so it might as well wipe it with your finger. Outside clothes has dirt from outside. It's still, and also clothes has, it's sometimes better than nothing. I get you that, but it will still leave. If you can grab a tissue, toilet paper, tissue, that will do a better job because it's cleaner. But yeah. Pretty much, if you're in a studio and you're working, you have all your sanitizer stuff, have a lens wipe right next to you. So before you start shooting, quickly give it a wipe, put it back down. Have it by left side, right side, just have it there. And looks more professional, you do it with your clothes. But of course, when we're out and about with kids and stuff, whatever. But yeah, if your workplace, get a couple of yourself. Well, once the thing is, they last you ages. I changed my lens wipes. You probably can wash them, but they're like tiny and they probably get lost in the washing machine. It's no point. They're like £1. So I just buy a pack of 12, last me a year. So I change them once a month. But I just have them by the side. I have loads just kicked around because I lose one. I'm like, I'll open another one. I lose one, I open another one.
I will do that. I will get some just for you, and I'll let you know if I see a huge difference. I bet I will. Okay, cool. So that's what people are doing wrong all the time. What do you think really would stand somebody apart from the rest? And you can probably notice things straight away when someone is doing content really, really well. What is it that you notice about these people?
I think it's just like really well. It's just, you can see most of the time, you can see who they're trying to attract, who their content is for. So if for the clients, you can see that it's not just nails, or lash, everything. You know, you see those accounts who literally have just one eye everywhere. You know, the lashes, like just one eye, one brow, or the nails, like it's just array of like 5 fingers go all the way through. So makes them stand out because they show. I think in nowadays you just need to show a little bit. If you don't want to show your face, don't show your face, but a little bit of you, your hands, your table, your studio, where do people go? They kind of, what makes them stand out, because they show their setup, they show their work. And if you're trying to attract, for example, if you hate doing French, don't post any French pictures. Stop doing it. Everyone knows you do it. Everyone knows you probably do beautiful French, but if you hate doing it, stop posting them. Don't post them. If you really want to get into nail art, and most of your clients currently ask for plain design, you need to start doing nails on, like a bit of design on your own nails, post that and dilute it to show people what you can actually do, and then eventually you will start attracting more nail art clients. So it's more kind of, what makes you stand out is by diluting just what we think sells. Well, because nails, if most accounts, if you look, obviously I have kind of more nails, if you look at just, and they just post nails, and most of the time it's like this, you know. Sorry, I'm folding the thing. If you
flat, and one hand over the other for our listeners.
One hand over the other. Sorry for the listeners. And they both have plain red color. Just give it one hand. You don't need to do. We get that it's 10 fingers, but and also try to change. One picture will be just a thumb. The next time you post a carousel of different positions, the next time will be the flats. Dilute the positions, but also include a bit of kind of what you look like, what the studio look like. So when your potential future new client looks at it, the eye can catch something. Otherwise, if you just post hands, the eye, it just becomes a blur. They just scroll through, they're like, yeah, it's all right. Think, can the eye catch something? Because that your picture of your setup, of your studio, will stand out against all the nails, and people go, oh, okay, well, that's what it looks like. Oh, it looks really nice inside. Oh, I quite like it. Or they might say, oh God, no, I'm gothic-y and she looks very clean girl. I don't think we're going to get on. And that's fine, because you probably will feel uncomfortable meeting each other, or maybe not, you maybe love it. So like everyone says, attract to tribe. So that's, you can only do it if you show what you are and who you are. So that will make you stand out, but just being you. But you can do post once, twice a week, repeat it every 3-4 months, tell them again about yourself. It's just, don't overthink it. How many followers, if you're looking for nail tech clients, do you need? It's fine. Like, as long as they're paying you money, your books are full, in behind the scene, it's fine.
I'm taking from that, really like lean on your USPs, make sure you stand out. Don't make your grid look exactly the same as anyone else's, i.e., or just having hand, you know, because really that's the only thing that people are looking at. They've got nothing else to compare you with. So it's going to come down to, in my eyes, probably price. And then you're just going to get left behind because you're probably not the cheapest. And that's what happens. That could be a completely different topic for a different episode though, because I could really digress on that. So I won't. I'll try not to. because obviously this is all mainly focused at nails because that is what you do. If there was a smaller kind of brand owner and they said, I'm not creative and I don't have time for content, what would you tell them to do?
Well, if they're not creative, I have kind of a few times now already done one-to-one. That's a different topic. One-to-one. When they come to me, is to spend a day with me, and I show how to do small bits of recording. But they say I don't have potentially budget for ongoing. But I said that's fine. Come to me. I'll teach you what I do, and then you can do it yourself. If you don't have budget, hopefully you have time, so you can do it yourself. But yeah, so if brand is saying they're not creative, I'd say again, it's more of who you have to think what your clients want, what your customers, i.e. end users, want to see. Most of the time they kind of, it's hard to submit all those big shoots that people do. I know it currently showed the lifestyle Roads by Hailey Bieber does the amazing job, especially with the latest lip yellow peptide. It's all lifestyle, but we don't have that budget.
Yeah,
so more kind of show up close, show a lot of time, which makes me sound crazy. So they have the new collection come out, but they never recap what they already have. Like the new summer season colors come out, they already have some. Show me from last year collection so I can again revisit it, follow a lot of inspirational accounts. You don't have to copy each brand, but it'd be definitely good to follow brands not just from UK, across the world, because they're different countries, they're different and they come differently. And you might not copy, but you might have idea sparking you going, oh, I've got those reds. Or actually, they showed those this way. Oh, I've got something similar, I could do it. But then the idea will spark. So once we're looking at something, the same, when we go clothes shopping, we go in the first shop, we have no idea what we want. But the last shop, we're like, oh, I could wear this way. I could do this way, because we've been in there. So it's definitely putting time aside to get inspired. I try to spend about 30 minutes a day to go into my separate account. I put a time on my phone, because otherwise I will get lost in my phone. I put time aside, and when my brain goes and go, oh, should we do this? And I was like, no, there's still 20 minutes left. I can't. I'm working. Because I just want to watch funny reels. I don't really want to work. So go into inspiration, but at the same time, follow fashion, look what's happening, because what's happening in fashion, we're gonna 2-3 months later, colors. So it's more of see what people want and want actually nail techs. It's happening like butter, yellow butter. Who would have thought that was a crazy thing? Like 2 years ago, who would have had yellow butter nails on their hands? But apparently it's a thing, So but I think if you're a small brand, you do need to learn into editing. It's part of the brand. You do need to learn how to invest in a bit of learning on even just lighting and editing, even shorter things. And of course, social media management, because it's kind of like a bit of investment into how to promote. Otherwise, sadly, just posting pictures doesn't work anymore, because there's too many big players who do beautiful, amazing jobs. So it's kind of invest and inspire yourself with stuff.
I like that. Invest and inspire yourself. That's really good. So you have actually worked with some seriously incredible brands, haven't you? Have you got any crazy standout moments or any milestones in your career?
I have worked with such lovely brands. It was nice. To be honest, milestone obviously to be nominated for Scratch Award, which was amazing. To be on the finalist, and it was unexpected because we were nominated. So that was amazing milestone, because I've been subscriber since, well, to be honest, last year was my first thing to be even part of it. I've been subscriber since I started my journey quite a few years ago. Before even I was fully nail tech, I just subscribed because once I qualified, I could to be in it. It's amazing. And my favorite thing is if I'm in January, you put me in it, which thanks. And I put magazine there and I put it on the table, and I'll see if when the kids come home, if they spot me, because my son usually spots me, and he goes and reads my daughter the article, and I was like, oh, melts my heart. He's like, Mummy's in it. Yeah. Oh, Mummy, you're so cool. I was like, Thanks. So that's my highlight, is they think I'm cool, which is great. And I'm winning. It's nice. So that's nice. But yeah, so working with the brands, I think it was just being part of the events. It's great to be invited to be part of this. Such an honor to be. I was doing masterclass at the Centre event, which was amazing. At Niche, I'll be at Nail Order in September, which again is amazing. And yeah, and then I was with Lux Gel. That was the brand I worked with for 2 years, which we're still friends. I still create content. So it's just like, it's so nice. Don't get me wrong, I had bad experience with different brands, and it's not all rosy. But I am a person who deals with stuff behind, and I talk to a brand directly rather than if I can deal with it behind, then there's no need to negativity. I try to keep my account away from negativity, because there's enough of that. So if you can keep it positive, that's me. I but don't get me wrong, as people can be like nail techs can be a triers with the brands can be triers with nail techs, so it swings around about. So we had that fair share for everything. So
yeah, I can well imagine.
Yeah,
I tend to go to the positive and stay that way on my page. I'm direct with my opinions, but I won't be like negative as such. And I think that's the best way. So I'm with you on that. And that leads me on nicely to our last question. I always want to end this on a high and make somebody smile. A lot of the time it's lonely, or maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe even a client has cancelled and they need a little laugh or a pick. Have you got any funny stories or anything that will make our listeners think, wow, she's incredible, but she is just a human being too? You know, is there any stories you can tell us?
It's like, I'm not sure about the stories, because obviously, like, when working with clients, I had so many amazing, bad and good and funny stories, but like, I can't remember any now. But from point of what I learned about a year or so ago, because we all have downers day, and that's the thing. I learned in one of my courses and stuff, self-development ones, I've got a separate folder, separate account, where I try to screenshot or record nice things people say about me, and then I save them there. So when something bad happens, I go there and I'm like, it's okay. It's not, like, because it's very natural for us to concentrate on one bad comment over 100 good ones. Everyone says, yeah, great, thank you. And then someone says, oh, you're wasting products. You're going, it's not the waste. And then you concentrate on the bad stuff. So yeah, I try to kind of create a little positive island of all the nice things that people say to me. And when I'm on a downer, I try to go there and go, it's okay. It's bad stuff happens. It's okay. But like, I had to, and I always try to think in the same, I don't know about you, but as a people, we're really good at criticizing ourselves. Good at criticizing ourselves. I'm trying to lately think when, for example, I didn't get something, even like put for scratch, finalist, it was amazing to be the finalist. But I think from young age, we're taught, well, if you're not a winner, you're not a winner. You're a loser. There's only two, there's no happy medium. And when people say, no, it's finalist, I was like, yeah, but it's a loser if you're not a winner. But I then had to put myself in the shoes of going, if that was my son, they just had sports day and they came second. And I thought, if they came second, I actually told him, it's amazing. So why we don't say that to ourselves? If I was a child and I was my mum, which is great, I would be cheering myself, going, no, it's like you came top of the 5 in your city, let's say. That's great. So I'm trying to remind myself, going, try to be kinder, like I would be to my children. Try to do that, going, actually, they're great. We always tell them such nice things, so try to be that to yourself. Be your own child. Be your own supporter.
That's so lovely. Yeah. And I couldn't agree more. We're so much kinder to other people. Yeah. Of course, our kids, but even just other people, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's not a story, but it's just like more of a twice a week we all have imposter syndrome, and you're going, it's okay. But
yeah, it is. And you're doing such a fantastic job. I hope you don't have any down days. Where do you save those things? Do you put them on your phone?
I have there's an app Telegram, but I use a Dropbox app as for my savings of my content, for client content. So I have a separate little folder in there that I just take a screenshot and then just upload it. So it's like if I have a nice, and for example, all my little selfies I save them there just to try to remember good stuff. And like I've decided that this year was quite nice and eventful. I ordered myself a photo album, and I'm going to print all those things and put them in a photo album and all the events and stuff too, because otherwise we never look at pictures. So I'm going to, all the selfies I've been doing this year, it'd be my like highlight work events of them. The events, the little cutouts, I like to save all that stuff. And I'm going to put it into photo album. So for my later on, if I need to look and remind, and then write down what it was all about. Otherwise, it just never happens. When I was doing social media management, I had to be really organized with content. And obviously, for first month, I was like, everything on my phone. And I couldn't find like my family. I couldn't find children. I was like, this is ridiculous. And that's when I then found the service. I said, the one I use is Dropbox. Up to a certain amount, it's free to use, up to a certain volume. And I break it down, but the great thing of that, I can access it. It's like a website. I can access it from anywhere, and it gets the content of pictures off my phone. So I upload it there, and I can access them anytime I want, but only what I need. And that's when I break it down to events, like positive stuff, and then I have brands name by name, and I put their content in there. But it's much easier to access. So I'm trying to be very organized with that. But that's where and then I'll print out physical album as well, because I'm one of those people who likes to physically touch stuff. Like, books, or I don't read books, but
I love a book. And the kids all love that too. Thank you so much for spending your time with me this morning. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day. Where can everybody find you, by the way? If I'll put it all in the show notes anyway. Just if there's anything you want to talk about now, if you've got any masterclasses or anything like that you want people to know about.
Thanks for having me. It was also so great to catch up and scratch. But thanks so much for inviting me. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And we saw each other last year as well. So hopefully we can see each other again soon. So thank you. So I'm currently only on Instagram. I'm Zoya Mac on Instagram. We are currently looking at putting date in for September, in-person live workshop in London with personality. But I'm hoping to start doing now the summer. Now we're loving the summer, but once the summer is finished, I want to do once a month in-person day workshops, and hopefully go like to Birmingham and kind of visit there and stuff. So once a month, that's the hope. But next one is in September in London coming up to teach about content creation and how to start up and things. So that's me.
Amazing. Fantastic. Thank you. I'll put it all in the show notes anyway. And thank you again for joining me. And everyone listening, thank you so much. Go and follow Zoya, get involved in the next in-person event, and I will see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insights that will help you in your beauty business and life. If you did, please take a screenshot and tag me in your stories. If you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me on any of my socials. The links are always in the descriptions. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you more and more great content. Until next time, keep building that business.